Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Advocates for Angels Monday Morning Facebook Live. I'm Valerie Abrahamian, the IEP Navigator, and I help parents get the special education program their child needs to thrive both in school and in life after high school. This morning's Facebook Live is entitled, If Your Child is Not Able to Access Virtual Schooling, Your LEA, Local Educational Agency, is in violation of ADA, the Americans with Disabilities Act 504. And my question is, have you requested your in-person services for your assessments yet? So parents, you are able to legally now ask for in-person services and have a myriad of legally sound grounds to base your request for in-person services or for in-person assessments at this time. So I've been talking about this for the past 2 weeks, and I'm going to go into some of those other aspects and facts for you parents to help you with making that request with your local educational agency. So let's just start off with the ADA information, the Americans with Disabilities Act information. So Section 504 of the Rehabilitation Act of 1974 requires that students with disabilities be provided equal access to all school programs. That means virtual schooling, parents. IDEA, the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, requires that students with disabilities be provided special education services in the least restrictive environment. The amount of direct instruction by virtual means, synchronous instruction, is often reduced for all students, but supplemented by learning activities led by parents and other caregivers or the students themselves, the asynchronous instruction. So that's when students, asynchronous is when they work independently, which most kids in an IEP are not able to do, which therefore denies access to education. So IEP teams developing, so let me just make that point before I move on to the Form G. So the 504 Rehabilitation Act, or in other words, ADA, it says that your student parents on an IEP must have access to virtual schooling. Now, if they're not able to access virtual schooling without you, the mom, sitting right next to your child, or you hiring a tutor or another adult to sit next to your child, in order for your child to access virtual schooling, that is not, your local school district is failing to provide the supports in order for your child to access, because you are providing the supports in order for your child to access. Therefore, you have the right to request an in-person aide come to your home to sit next to your child instead of you sitting next to your child, or you hiring someone to sit next to your child in order for your child to access. That is a violation of the, Section 504 of the ADA. Now, ADA also says that parents, if you say you work or you're not able to sit next to your child to have them access virtual schooling, and you've had to hire or pay someone to do that one-on-one job for you, then you should be reimbursed for your funding of another adult. If you have had to quit your job, or you have had to take time work off of your job in order for you to help your child to access the curriculum, then again, you should be getting paid as the one-on-one aide. That is your legal grounds to request that the school district provide you a one-on-one aide come to your home and sit next to your child in order for your child to access the curriculum. Now, the number 2 thing I want to talk about is Form G. So Form G is basically a addendum to the IEP that covers if a national emergency or pandemic, or right in this case, of course, COVID-19 closes our schools again, that this IEP will be put into place. And again, I've been cautioning parents, be very careful, Do not sign that Form G unless you have read it word per word and you know that they have not decreased your child's services, accommodations, or goals, because that is really the intent of Form G, parents. Why would they have to have an addendum to the IEP if they're not going to change your IEP? Okay, so really, Form G is being used as a waiver for parents to sign to release the school district from their obligation of implementing your child's IEP. And you don't have to sign Form G. They can't make you sign Form G. They can offer Form G, and then they have to also offer you a PWN, prior written notice, because once that prior written notice is provided to you, then you have the right to disagree with those changes they want to make to your child's IEP for virtual schooling or Form G. So those are the steps, parents, that you need to take to not allow your local school district to decrease your child's IEP in a virtual schooling model. In fact, they need to increase your child's supports and services in order for your child to access virtual schooling, because the majority of children are not accessing virtual schooling. They are continuing to regress. They are continuing to fall behind, and the district is continuing to fail to provide children a free and appropriate public education. So now Form G must make individual decisions about how much the regular distance learning program being offered to all students and the student with an IEP can access, and what supports, including accommodations, modifications, and special education related services, the student needs to access the regular distance learning and continue to make progress on IEP goals. So just as I said, your child's needs have not changed just because we're in distance learning. Your child still needs their goals, their accommodations, their modifications, and their levels of service provision. So why are they offering a Form G? So that they can decrease those services, or say that in a distance learning model, we're not able to provide this kid with their services or their accommodations or their modifications or work on their goals. That is not acceptable. That is a denial of FAPE and a failure to provide FAPE to your child, parents. Don't let them do that. Be very, very cautious about that Form G. You can dissent after you get the PWN, and after they offer you the Form G and they provide you a PWN, you can dissent, disagree with that Form G, with them decreasing your child's services, failing to provide a free and appropriate education, and violating ADA 504 with failing to provide access to virtual schooling for your child, parents. So I hope this really helps you. I'm going to, in my Advocates for Angels Facebook page, as well as my private group page, Special Education Parent Empowerment Network, I'm going to put some more of those exact sections and cite the laws that you can use for the ADA when you ask for your in-person services for an aid, parents. That will help you even more. If you want to get step-by-step instruction on how to be successful with doing these things that I talk about every Monday morning on my Facebook Lives and every Wednesday night on my town hall meetings, please join the Parent Brigade, which is a monthly membership where you actually work with me 2 times a month in live 2-hour group calls. I provide you step-by-step curriculum on my website, my brigade website, giving you the laws, giving you the form letters and the templates you need to write these legal dissent letters and write your documented legal concerns to the district to win these things. We've already experienced much success with many of my Parent Brigade members. They're already getting in-person services. They're getting in-person aids sent to the home. I've had one of my parents be successful in having their school district award her a non-public school for her child, which runs the district around $50,000 to $70,000 a year, depending on the non-public school. And she was able to be awarded that by being in the parent brigade. So we're having loads of success with parents being in that brigade. You can do it, parents. It is possible for you to learn how to be a powerful parent advocate, but you're not going to be successful unless you have an advocate coaching you, training you, and giving you the templates and helping you write these letters and preparing for your IEP meeting to be successful. So thank you, parents. You can find the Parent Brigade link on my Advocates for Angels website. And God bless. And I will see you next Monday morning for my next Facebook Live. Take care, everyone.